My husband got jealous over the girl he led on for years at our wedding. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing. Like, why is it husband and not ex?
I don't know. I just got here.
Why is there still a wedding after all of that? We're about to find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl G, and it's time for therapy.
Oh shit, not good.
So get your popcorn, because yeah, you're watching the therapy happen, and get into the comments and tell me what you think. Like, I know you guys always agree with me, right? So I, 25 female, got married to my husband, 24 male, we'll call him Jim, a week ago after dating for 2.5 years.
Nice.
Now, Jim has a friend called Misha, 22 female, who was invited to the wedding. He and Misha have known each other since high school and were close friends, and Misha had a very obvious crush on him. Now, we listen, we don't judge. We're gonna read and not judge. But like, girl, why would you put yourself in such a situation where you have to, like, that's the first conversation they were supposed to have. Like, how did she let that happen?
I don't know. I just got here.
And she's at the wedding. And Misha had a very obvious crush on him from what he, is it had or has?
Well, I don't know. Well, isn't it your job to...
Had a very obvious crush on him from what he and the others who know them have told me. Is it had? I'm pretty sure she still has. Jim told me this after I met Misha for the first time and confessed that he leaned into her crush and led her on throughout their high school years and for a little while after, before we got together, because he was struggling with his mental health and he really liked her attention. So he didn't, that's just gross. Like, I feel like that's already bad. Like, that's someone telling you about your character, which is not good. Now, he seemed genuinely guilty about all of that because he thought Misha was a nice girl and a good friend. And because he showed guilt, I didn't feel... Excuse me. I just need a breath.
Okay.
I didn't feel the need to bring it up or argue about it, despite thinking it was a very shitty thing to do. Like, at least you can agree with yourself that that's what you thought, so that's good. Plus, Misha is a nice girl who has never overstepped boundaries and has been nothing but kind and friendly towards me, and I now consider her a friend too. Okay, I'm starting to see where this comes together, and maybe I'll be less judgy. Misha moved away to the city last year and has done really well for herself and has a long-term boyfriend who none of us have met yet. So when it came to sending wedding invites, I told her she was welcome to bring him as her +1. You should have probably done this at the wedding rehearsals to see his reaction, because for the longest time ever, Misha has been available. I don't know, sort of. She said she had a crush on him, so she has been available to him and she has been feeding his ego. Like, there's this stunning looking girl who likes you. And now, how would he react? And he's like, okay, maybe I don't like her, but how would he react if she has like other options? Like, she's actually someone probably who looks better than him. So yeah, that's like one bit of the investigation that she was supposed to do before she did the wedding thing.
Absolutely.
Now, the first red flag came when Jim was weirdly resistant to the idea of Misha bringing her boyfriend, but he excused it on being concerned about the number of guests we invited, and the matter was dropped. Okay. When the wedding day came, Misha showed up with this beautiful dress, nothing inappropriate for a wedding, and with her boyfriend on her arm, who I'll admit is a very handsome guy. Think a Kit Harington type. Now, I have to research who that is. Come on, internet, anytime today would be nice.
One eternity later.
Oh. Okay.
Huh?
Bro has a reason, like he has a legit reason to be jealous, especially if he doesn't come close. Okay, that's okay. Well, it was just for perspective, nothing more. Like, we just I needed you. Like, I
What?
I
What are you talking about, man?
like, it's on here only for you guys to see, but actually, let's look at the photo for like 1 minute. A moment of silence. Okay, we're back. Now, she also lost weight. Oh, okay, she has grown up. Okay. She also lost weight and has a haircut that suits her better. And I thought she looked great. I kind of like that OP is like honest with herself, like, girl, you look nice. So that's like really sweet. We also found out through the night that her boyfriend is very successful and earns more than practically everyone else who attended. Oh wow. He looks like that and he has money. Okay. We should probably follow Misha's lead and start having like endless crush so that the gods of love blesses you with the looks and the money. Now, throughout the reception, I noticed Jim glaring at Misha and her boyfriend the whole time, and he was really cold and short towards her when she came over to congratulate us and give us a gift. Oh my gosh, the wedding already happened. Like, there's no time to... What would you do? Because she's already signed, like, I'm going to love you for the rest of my life. The wedding already happened. There's no backing out of that now. So I can now see the title saying my husband. Because this is a very shitty situation to be in. Like, I don't know what to do. I always have answers. At this point, it's like, girl, you're on your own. Okay. He was also straight up kind of rude to her boyfriend when Misha introduced us to him. When his mom, who's always known and liked Misha, mentioned that she was glad Misha found a great guy and praised her boyfriend for being so nice, Jim snapped that at least she won't be desperate and hung up on me for the rest of her life. Okay, that's... I just feel like that's very petty to vocalize out. Like, ew. Which I thought was cruel and uncalled for, but I didn't challenge him because I didn't want to argue at my wedding, despite the fact that he frankly sounded bitter. Because that's like a conversation that needs to be had there and then, like, excuse you, let's talk for a minute.
Absolutely.
This whole thing has left an awful taste in my mouth, and I can't help but think that Jim got jealous that Misha has found a guy who's honestly quite a catch, who she's clearly very, very in love with, and is now completely over him. I mean, I'm not going to sound like cruel, but I can't get that he's upset that this person has gotten over him, but that also speaks to his character, which is absolutely disgusting. Half update, after getting some PMs from people, I decided to go through his phone while he was napping after work, and needless to say, this marriage is over. That's the sentence I should have read at the start of this post. I'll post a real update when I have sorted everything out. So I want to know what people commented that pushed her to go to his phone, because, like, he's married. He's not going to go back and be like, Misha, love me again or something. Now, it doesn't make sense. Some relevant comments with that. It's giving bitter. Can't imagine how that must have been for you. I know, right? On her wedding day. Says a lot about his character. Okay, said that being there. I like when the comments confirm what I was saying. Just like, yeah, I'm still normal. It felt a lot like watching a kid get upset at another kid for playing with a toy they personally never wanted to play with in the first place. If that makes any sense. Absolute sense. I understand. You guys understand too. I get it, but I mean, apart from this, have you ever had an indication of what a shitty guy he is? That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, character matters and he lacks a lot of it. Can imagine it being an unsettling and such a turn off. So Opie responds to that saying that he's definitely always been quite insecure, but I thought it was something he was really working on and making progress with. I don't understand. You have a catch with you. You've gotten married and then you're like, what was his plan? Like, all the girls should just love him? So 8 days later, there's an update. Hey everyone, I'm posting this here because I said in my last post that I would update when I was able to. Pretty much the day after my original post, I got some PMs from people suggesting that I go through my husband Jim's phone to see if he and Michelle were truly just friends before this and that nothing romantic happened between them, and that would explain his reaction at the wedding. I was going to say you do not sign up for a wedding without knowing all of the exes, where all of the bodies are buried, so you know exactly how much you're willing to deal with and decide if you're going to take it on or not. But yeah, this is this is a part of the FBI work that should have been done before that wedding.
Yes, exactly.
Because I don't feel like marriages are that easy to annul, even if it's just been a few days. He always takes a 45-minute nap after work, and so I use that. Actually, I'm laughing at the comment because she said I used that, and so I use that as my opportunity to swipe his phone from where it was charging on his desk so that I could look through it. Someone said in a video that if you're talking to a married man at 2 a.m., just don't text him because you're talking to his wife who is on patrol.
Absolutely.
Which was so funny, and she literally did that. I've seen him put in his password a ton of times, so that wasn't an issue. I feel like every relationship, you should know each other's password, so that's a no-brainer. I didn't find anything in his text with her, but I know that Jim goes on Instagram a lot, so I checked there too. The immediate red flag was that he just used an app log that required a passcode to access Instagram. Okay, now yeah, you know there's a problem. But the dumbass used the same passcode that he uses to unlock his phone. So I got into that right away. It's his birthday, so go figure. And what would you know? I go to his messages with Misha and find messages from him the morning after our wedding, telling her how beautiful she looked that night, how much he'd missed her, how he felt that her boyfriend being there spoiled his opportunity to catch up with her, and that he was desperate to meet up with her. Okay, low-key, half of it is giving messages like, hey, I've not seen you for a long while. It would have been nice to catch up. But the other half is like, bro, it's your wedding day. What do you want to catch up with your old friend on like the very next day after getting married to who is supposed to be the love of your life? I don't get. Misha never replied to these messages, and he sent some more to her later that day. I won't get into what he said because they were very personal insults that were frankly just gross. But just think about the kind of stuff you would read on that nice guy's subreddit. Misha left him on red.
Come on now, dog.
Oh, I'm just enjoying it. That tasted so good. Misha left him on red, and when I clicked on her account, it appears that she's blocked him. I scrolled through their messages quite far back, and I believe nothing romantic has happened between them. I wish that was all, but looking into his other conversations on Instagram, I found that he's been messaging other girls on there.
Come on, man.
They seem like aspiring Instagram model types from our area. Most of these conversations were just him shooting his shot and getting left on red. Others had evolved into flirting, and 2 of them resulted into sexting. Okay, first off, like, ew, getting left on red by half the people and you still have the courage to actually keep going. Like, come on, man, pick up the leftover self-esteem wherever it is on the floor and move on. Now, and the most embarrassing part of all, the notes he was sending. Oh God,
are you serious right now, bro?
the notes he was sending to these women weren't even of him. I know what his body looks like, and he doesn't have chiseled abs and isn't that well endowed. How can she roast her own husband? Like, it's not like we're not enjoying it. We are, but like, she roasted him.
Absolutely.
I think he must have found a man's profile on some adult website and used those pictures, just cropping the face out. These 2 conversations happened in the past 6 months, so when at least they were engaged. I ended up texting his mom and his brother from my phone, asking them to come and pick him up from the apartment, and then I went to wake him up. I told him that I knew about the girls he was messaging on Instagram, that he needed to pack a bag and get the hell out before I started throwing his stuff out on the street and causing a scene. He started crying and begging me not to kick him out, and swore that they were just messages and that he would never actually cheat on me. But I don't believe him for a second, as he should. Then he got the nerve to tell me that he didn't want me to tell anyone else about what he had done, but I had left the room and started ignoring him by that point. He left with his mom and brother and is staying there from what I know. I've blocked him on everything for the time being until I'm ready to tell him that I'm seeking annulment. Now, thankfully where I'm from, you can get one, almost no questions asked, as long as you haven't been married for longer than 30 days. And I've already looked into the process. Like, that's the first thing you should be doing, girl. obviously, after you've screenshotted it and saved all of your evidence, like, that's the next step. I haven't really left my apartment at least this week, and I have been calling in sick to work because I don't feel like I can face people. I'm just so embarrassed that I wasted over 2 years on this man and that I married him in the first place. Like, all of the whole, she literally just had a wedding and she is single. I don't feel like I can even talk to people about this, so posting here has helped me, and I would like to thank you all for your kind words, advice, and support. I might reach out to Misha when the dust has settled, but I think I'll need to build up some courage for that. Actually, you have no reason to build up some courage.
Absolutely.
She has been fantastic, and in my opinion, Misha's boyfriend should find his brother and let's make this thing happen. Now, 4 months later, there's an update. Now, hello everyone, I just thought I'll give you guys an update on my situation since I still get messages of support on here and every week or so, which is really sweet. Like, it can be a two-edged sword, and this is a good side of it. Now, you'll be glad to hear that I was able to get an annulment and I didn't have to go through a messy divorce with Jim. I struck an agreement with him that I wouldn't tell a soul about his cheating or what happened with Misha and would leave him alone forever if he agreed to the annulment and got it over quickly. Like, it's true. It's also embarrassing to you. Like, don't need to tell anyone. It's just like, actually, that didn't work. We ended it, period. I did end up sticking my end of the bargain, but it ended up not mattering because it turns out his brother is quite a gossip and let the cat out of the bag over Christmas after getting into an argument with Jim while drinking. So yeah, the best thing, piss people off, that people who know your secret, piss them off after they're drunk. Now, a lot of Jim's family were pissed and asked for the money they contributed to his half of the wedding fund back, and some of our mutual friends have got contact with him. A couple of our friends plastered everywhere on Facebook and humiliated him. Oh, that's not fair. Well, he kind of deserved it. Like, he does kind of deserve it. And humiliated him. It was interesting to watch the back and forth between them and Jim, honestly. I lived in an apartment and covered the rent on my own while he lived at his parents' until the lease ended back in January. And I'm now living with my dad, and I plan to stay here for a while and take things easy. Go you, girl. In January, I also tried reaching out to Misha via text, asking if she would like to meet up for coffee to talk about everything. I never got a response directly from her, but a few days later, I got a call from her number, and it was her boyfriend on the other end. He said they were both sorry for what had happened to me and they hoped I'm doing well, but Misha thought it best as this whole ordeal had made her anxiety and mental health problems spiral and had landed her back in therapy. That's horrible.
Absolutely.
I did ask why she never told me that Jim had messaged her the day after the wedding, and her boyfriend confessed that he advised her not to get involved, and his direct words were, "I'm sorry to sound rude, but it's not her circus," which actually makes sense. It's giving class and we like it. Like, Misha has ended up in good hands. I'm a little disappointed that she doesn't want to talk to me, but I get where she's coming from and I can't force her to do anything. To be honest, I think she's been looking for a way to divorce herself from our hometown and the people she and Jim knew back in high school for a while. So this is a perfect opportunity. As for me, I'm also in therapy as I want to sort through these feelings and get back to feeling good about myself again before I think about entering the dating scene again. It's just like, you know, when you've done the work and you've actually, I don't know, fallen in love, got to married and stuff, and then you have to go and start over. This guy deserved all the humiliation he got because it's exhausting to have to do that again. I've also been firm about ending friendships with anyone who's taking Jim's side, as I don't want him finding his way back into my life ever again. So far, he stayed away from me and hasn't tried to contact me, although his mom reached out over Christmas to ask me if there was any chance I might forgive him and take him back, as in her opinion, you two are just meant to be together. Oh, how sweet. Like she too can be meant to be together with him. I didn't respond to her and I've blocked her on pretty much everything now too. Thank you again for all your kind words and support. I'm certain leaving that a-hole would have been harder for me had hundreds of comments backing me up. To be fair, she did everything right, and this is the type of post that we like to see. Like, In the end, he's an ex, his history, and he did not deserve either of them. I'll see you guys in the next video, but I want to know your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done? Like, I mean, there's people who are good enough to forgive. What would you guys have done? Let me know in the comments. Bye.